the first age of Middle Earth, where Morgoth ruled as the Lord of Middle Earth, self-proclaimed, with his intern Sauron, and all the good guys die, pretty much. It lasted for 590 years, and, well, this is the timeline. So, hello and welcome. This is Gone with Gandalf, and I discuss Middle Earth and beyond, and today I'm trying something slightly different where, as you can see, this is a game. Hopefully it looks okay. Well, it is, what is it? It's not the main subject. It is a submod for Medieval 2 Total War. It is Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer 3 point whatever, and I'm going to try my best and do this battle while talking about something completely different and looking at my notes. This is as the Northern Dunedain. I'm fighting some Mordor army in this campaign, but it's mainly just there to have something different to look at as well. So, in the first year, that is when the men awoke in Hildorian, away in the very east of Middle Earth, and this is also then when the sun first rose and the hosts of Fingolfin and the large bulk of the Noldor arrived in Middle Earth across the Helcaraxe. And then nothing really happens too much until the 60th year, when a major event occurs, which was the Dagor Aglareb, which is translated as the Glorious Battle, where the elves defeated the forces of Morgoth, and the beginning of the siege of Angband begins. So this now is the beginning of like a peaceful time in Beleriand. And then soon after this is it's around the year 66 or 67 approximately. This is then when Galadriel tells Melian excuse me, of the Silmarils, and then soon after this then Thingol hears of the kinslaying that occurred, where the Noldor killed Teleri to get boats to come over, and because of this then Quenya was outlawed in Beleriand. Right, bear with me, it's actually really difficult to talk and play at the same time. I really enjoy actually he's the lead mod designer, Arahir Galuderathon. He's a British chap, and he does commentaries for this submod as well for his campaigns. I would urge you to have a look at that if you find this interesting. But then there's a bit of a gap, and then in the year 310, this is when Beor brings the first of the houses of men into Beleriand, and this is then when Finrod Belagund finds him and kind of teaches them, and they thought he was a god, but he wasn't. By god I mean one of the Valar that they had heard from the Avari elves, because they'd come searching for them, and they thought he was such a divine being. Of course he was a Calaquendi, so he had the light of Aman, so to speak, so he looked positively radiant, I'm sure. Now then, in the siege of Angband then finally was broken in the year 455 of the first stage, and this was with the battle called Dagor Bragalach, and this is the Battle of Sudden Flame, when Glaurung came out and spat some flames everywhere and whatnot. and Dorthonion was burned, and some sons died of. Oh no, it wasn't. Wait, who was it that died? Sorry, this is getting slightly off topic, because I didn't mean to talk about this. I think it was Amrod and Amras. No, it was the two sons of Finarfin anyway, in Dorthonion. But regardless, in shortly after this though is then when Fingolfin then rode out to challenge Morgoth to a duel, and he of course lost, but he did cause injury upon Morgoth, and that was seen as a pseudo victory, I guess, in that he carried this limp with him for the rest of his life, and so yeah, I mean, to do that to one of the biggest, well, the biggest foe in Arda is quite an accomplishment. So, well, then after that defeat of the Free Peoples, because they did lose, we then see the quest of Beren to get the Silmaril, to of course win the favour of the father of Luthien, the love of his life, who said that yes, you can marry my daughter if you give me a Silmaril. So he's like, okay, I'll go and get that. That's quite a small price. And that was in the year 465 when he began. And he of course succeeded. Eventually, it wasn't a short task. And with the death of Finrod Felagund along the way as well, sadly. But in the year 472, then Maedhros, the eldest of Fëanor's sons, he created the League of Maedhros, and the purpose of this was basically to defeat the forces of Melkor once and for all, because they saw how good, well, like, if Beren can go in, get Silmaril on his own, pretty much, then how can we not defeat him? Well, obviously they don't. But this was then in 472, the Battle of Unnumbered Tears is what it means, near Iarnoediad, and with this then came the loss of Hithlum, and also the death of Fingon, who was the current High King of the Noldor. So then in the year 495, then this is where Durin had done his bit and caused the fall of Nargothrond. And then in the year 502, this is where this is the eventual death of Thingol after receiving the Nauglamir from Húrin. And then the dwarves, looking at it jealously with the Silmaril in it, they killed him because they wanted it for themselves. And then this is when the first sack of Medigroth happened, and with the death of Thingol, Melian went back home to Aman, because she of course was a Maiar, so she could do that. She had the Hall Pass, and then soon after, having heard of, well, I don't want to go over the story here. This is meant to be a brief video. I'm messing around as it is. Then the second kinslaying, as the sons of Fëanor hear of a Silmaril being kept by Dior Eluchil in Menegroth. They go, due to their oath, they want to go and get it. So they go and kill some more elves. This is the second kinslaying, as it's known, and the Ball of Doriath for once and for all. And then in the year 510, this is the eventual Ball of Gondolin, the hidden city in the Chrysaegrim in the encircling mountains, having been hidden for so long. So that is when Dorgon dies, presumably. Also when Glorfindel, he died fighting the Balrog, and then of course he comes back to Middle Earth in, I'm not entirely sure, I think it was at early Third Age, prior to, it was prior to the Astari coming in the year 1000, and he was sent to counter Sauron, as he was waging war against the elves around that time. So anyway, then in the year 538, this is the third and final kinslaying. Oh god, these cavalry, don't charge me. Oh, don't shoot them actually, just shoot them. So this is the third kinslaying at the Havens, because after the fall of Doriath, of course, then they had Eärendil, well, he came from Gondolin, but what was her name? Elwing, the daughter of Dior Eluhil, and of course the granddaughter of Beren. Yes, that's right, the granddaughter of Beren and Luthien, and she had fled from Doriath along with the Silmaril to the Havens at the mouths of the River Sirion, and then once again the sons of Beanor had come to try and fulfill their oath and fail because they didn't get the Silmaril. But that happened in 538, and then in 542, this is when Eärendil the Mariner finally reached Valinor and pleaded for the pardon for the two kindreds, of course, being the Edain, the Three Houses of Men, and the Elves, primarily the Noldor. But yeah, why not? And the Sindar. So then, following this, in the year 545, this is when the War of Wrath began, and the forces, the hosts of, oh, that's a bit laggy, the hosts of the West came, oh god, these things are not leaving, the hosts of the Wests came. This included the Vanyar, who had not been to Middle Earth for quite some time, in fact ever since the Great Journey. The Teleri only supplied the ships to bring them. Oh god, I thought they were leaving. Go away. And then Eomwe, the Herald of Manwë, he was the general. And this battle then went on up until the year 587. So it was no short thing. And then with this then came the sinking of Beleriand bit by bit. It presumably didn't, well, I'm not entirely sure how soon it went. I really want to finish this battle before this video ends. Oh god, those corpses lag. This is obviously quite an old game, and I don't have the best hardware. Oh come on, just go away. If you're going, go. Oh, killed one, nice. They are, I'll show briefly, they have a lot of hit points. They are basically like elephants. Obviously this isn't wholly lore accurate. So in the year 587 then the War of Wrath ended and Melkor was defeated. I'm gonna have to charge these because they're not going. Let's get some Rohan riders. I don't think they'll win, but oh well. And oh god, I can't click on him. Slow this down, get it all cinematic. Uphill charge isn't that good. Oh, doesn't look good. We're gonna. Oh, we killed their general. That's good. It was clearly one of them. Oh god, that is not good. Hurry up and just come and get some spearmen over here. I think my archers are in rage. No, they're not. That's disappointing. Now they are. Hurry up and kill them, please. In the year 590 then is when finally Morgoth was cast out. There we go. He was cast out of the realm of Arda, and Beleriand was completely sunk, and that was the end of the first stage. And finally I won this battle, which is absolutely fantastic. And well, let me know how, obviously usually I pause a lot, take many takes, which causes this to take a very long time, and people only watch about 5 minutes of these videos, but I just thought I'd try something new anyway. So if you're still here, thank you very much. Consider liking the video, because I might get more than myself and my neighbour watching these, and maybe I'll do this kind of thing again, maybe not, because there's a lot of umming and ahhing. I need to practice, execute them all. Okay, so thank you very much. This has been Gone with Gandalf, and good day.